Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Justin Fields, you asked for it. You got it. Fire it up. Let's get into it. Welcome to the QB School. Justin Fields, Monday Night Football. Little zone read lead here. Yes, please. Again, to me, and over the course of this entire game, I love the fact that they're running him a little. I still feel like they haven't quite found the identity here as far as what a weapon Justin Fields is running the ball. These are traditional quarterback runs, meaning like every offense across the country at any level is running a variation of zone read. So right here, we're just reading the defensive end at the bottom of the screen. He can't be right. So he comes down, takes the dive, quarterback pulls it, and we run. Now, the added element of this, so many teams love to run that split flow action where he comes and blocks that C-gap defender. Well, now that sniffer's coming around, and he's leading up. Now, I would love to see this lead here not block back and go block the next guy down the field. But this is, this is like second level quarterback run stuff. Now we got a lead, we're blocking down the field, but it's still zone read. We still haven't, or at least I haven't seen it, so much so a pure quarterback run game that they run a wildcat and do the bash counter stuff that most people do with a running quarterback. So I still feel like they're still feeling their way through this, but at least there is some progress. Again, reading that defensive end, you see the sniffer come across, lead blocker. Now don't block back. You got a real weapon running the ball. Get down the field, block the safety. Then everybody's blocked. But again, nice job using the quarterback run game, getting out of bounds, eliminating some of the unnecessary hits, and there were some ridiculous unnecessary hits in this game. But this is just a beautiful throw. Again, love changing the launch point. A little naked. How they get there, really nice job. Watch that right side with the tight ends. The inside tight end going to the corner. Sealing the edge a little bit, and that's just a beautiful job by Justin Fields, flipping his hips, throwing a dart down the field on the corner. But I just really like how they're getting here. So mixing up how we handle this edge. So as opposed to just free releasing and letting that guy come hot off the edge, which we'll see in a hot second, we're now going to invert this release so the inside guys run the corner, get a little bit more space for the corner, and we're going to seal here with the late. So late, and then he's out to the flat, usually paired with an over and a big boy post on the backside. Quarterback-wise here, though, really nice job getting out, getting vertical enough, flipping your hips, and throwing an absolute strike down the field. Not easy to do, going to your left, flipping your hips. Really nice job. Just a beautiful, accurate throw. But I really love how they're changing the launch point and how they're sealing the edge. So you don't just have a free runner right in your face, which is a little bit of foreshadowing. And then you got to be careful on the sideline, man. Boom mic and all. Ball handling. Offhand on your core. Perfect. Get depth coming out of there. Nice. Flip your hips. I mean, he makes it look, that looks so smooth, doesn't it? Flip, smooth, right on target. Beautiful downfield accuracy. Excellent play design, nice execution. Now this, different. Now we're nakeding to the right. We don't have someone sealing the edge. Cannot take this sack. This is, to me, this is on Justin Fields. Now it's on play design too, but it's on Justin Fields as much, if not more than anybody else. We are not playing against Indiana. They get really good players over there every single Sunday, especially the guys who play on the edge. Watt coming off the edge here. Now for me, and I've talked about this, I feel like once a week on this channel, when you do a naked or quarterback, under center naked, you want to come out, you want to extend the ball with one hand, your other hand on your core, and then you need to come out with a worst case scenario. What is the worst case scenario? You need to be running full speed backwards to be able to deal with a great edge player running right at you full speed. That is a worst case scenario. And when that happens and you come out vertical enough, you have to be able to buy enough time to whatever is in the flat. So something's coming in the flat. Right here, they do a nice job. I actually like this design here with the motion. He clears out the flat, and then we run a kind of true sneak flat or slide here from the sniffer. So you got really two options in your quarterback playbook here. You come out, you play fake, you get vertical fast. You can either bail and make that throw to the flat or a throw away. So really 2.5 options. Bail fast, make a throw. Bail fast, make a throw away. Or you get vertical, you set it. So this guy has to respect it. He's got to go keep that contained. You put your foot in the ground, you climb up and you shovel it, pitch it, sidearm it, whatever. But you have to have a plan. You cannot get tackled like this from the open edge on these kind of nakeds. And I get it. He's a really good player. So is Justin Fields. Justin Fields here looks like he's surprised. Like, what? I can't just break the tackle? But again, I love changing launch point. Love moving the quarterback. Love throwing on the run. Like this design here as far as getting him to the flat. The only thing I would add here, and this is just me, being armchair offensive coordinator, put him down, seal this thing, and have it be the late. So you get this motion to clear the flat, then get someone else. They run a bunch of 12, 13 personnel. Doesn't have to have all these fast guys on the field all the time. Seal that edge, take this type of play away. Well, you can see that flat would have been nice. That sneak or slide would have been nice. The over would have been nice. But you got options. But the one option you don't have as a quarterback is you have to take care of the worst case scenario. You got to come out of there getting with speed vertically. Just can't happen. These are quarterback sacks. Tough. He almost gets out of it too. Next one, a little 3x1. Love the look off here from Fields. Comes back, rips the seam. Again, just, I get spoiled looking at the base, the footwork, the accuracy down the field. Nothing close to a heel click. This is a really nice job of manipulating that safety with his eyes. Watch him look to our left, his right. Quick little nod, come back. I mean, subtle, beautiful. Really nice. Protect his guy, doesn't take a big shot. Little 3x1, seam by the number 3, 2 spots or snags by the 1 and the 2 down here to the bottom. But just that subtle, keep that safety up there. Boom. Throw that seam, get it up and down before a big collision. Just love seeing Justin Fields control safeties with his eyes and have the arm strength, obviously, release, timing. So as much as I love some of these early play designs, some of them would fall under the category of no bueno for me. And right here, all stick is almost always going to be no bueno. Now they kind of, I would say, fall into what I would consider double cloud or some variation of split field cloud corners or versions of it with corner squatting. All stick, I'll draw it up, is just quick outs on the outside, stick routes on the inside. If you catch cover 2 on this, you really only have 2 options. You got to work the inside sticks, and they really fall into it here. So what am I talking about? All stick. To me, there's just better stuff in NFL football than this. This, to me, reeks of 2004. So we're running quick out, and usually those are cloud adjust quick outs. I'll talk about what that means. Stick, stick. So this is all stick. Okay, so cloud adjust means if they get any sort of cloud or tough or bump, this is going to turn into a fade. So up top, the wide receiver does read it. So it turns into a must outside release go. Here he keeps it on because it is a little, muddy here as far as what they're doing coverage-wise on the back end. I would say it's guaranteed split field open. Is it 2? Is it 2 match? Is it some variation of 2-man? Are they right here? I could see why there could be some confusion. But to throw contested quick outs, again, just look at the coverage shell here with the safeties. He's trying to hide, close, and then he rolls over the top, right? That's middle field open. Almost 2-man-ish. Usually 2-man, that middle linebacker type will hug to the back, though. But, man, they're just squatting on that. Where are you supposed to go with the ball? Everything's covered. There's just better stuff. Better stuff. The mini camp 1, practice 1. Get it in for the lexicon of the offense. Never call that in a game. Sure enough, the Bears find a way to continue to call these types of plays. Just hard to be successful throwing the ball from the pocket like this. Although I do like the quick game, get it out of your hands. I don't love the back working to the side of the first read. Again, it looks like nothing. That impacts the throw. It just does. If there's a way to get the back to the opposite side of where you're going to look first, I'm all for it. But I just think that there's better stuff. Next, 3rd and 7. Go from empty to 1x3, kind of a pseudo nub. We're just running hooks up top. Everybody run a hook. They run a cloud. They bust a coverage. We get outside the pocket. Going to our left. Nice and easy. Just looks like a shortstop making a play up the middle. Biggest shortstop you'll ever see. This is a big 3rd down. Backed up, pseudo backed up. Dropping it almost into your own end zone. Make a play. Go from protecting the ball to tucking it like he's running it out to your left, flick your hips, and put it right on him. Now, granted, there's definitely a mistake defensive secondary here up top. If they're just running a variation of cloud, that's way too much space for the number 2 receiver. They love this play so much they come back later in the game and run it. I don't have it on the video. Nice, easy all hook. They love some all hooks. What I love is Justin Fields making a play on 3rd down. Getting outside the pocket, using his vision, getting to his left, easy flick, making plays. Just guys learning to play out of structure, no panic, and it's just so effortless. Both ways, left and right. Next one here, really nice design, 2x2, big play action shot to the flag with the over. Talk about exactly what this route does to the defensive secondary. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. It lets you know when we go live, when we put out new content. I appreciate the support for the channel. Then if you want even more Quarterback School content, you cannot get enough. Check out the Quarterback School Patreon community. Usually 3 to 4 videos a month. Try to make them long form videos, kind of exactly what it's like to be in an NFL quarterback room. Details, nuance, you're interested in that. Check it out. And then finally, the absolute premium content, deep dives on a bunch of different levels. Check out the Quarterback School courses. Got courses on RPOs, how to beat every coverage, pass protection, tempos, even a free one in the quick game area. So get over there, check those out. Those can be found in the description. Again, I appreciate the support. Thank you for supporting the channel. Let's keep this video going. Pay attention real quick to this little huddle, sugar huddle. See how they're going so fast to the line of scrimmage, just pseudo sugar huddle. Get up, snap it, big play action shot. Love that. That's outstanding offensive architecture design. Big shot over the top. So what am I talking flag here? Kind of recent video with Baker Mayfield talked about the Dino. This is more coming up, setting this thing, and then we're aiming way back to that back pylon. Back in the day, used to be a little flag, if you're old enough. And then we come across with the over. But the thing to pay attention to here is what this flag does. Call it a flag, they call it a post corner, whatever. What it does to the defense, because it really causes some issues here. Now, is this 2? Is this open? Is this quarters? Is this some mix and match coverage? Whatever. But the safety gets lost here. He sees this, and then he sees the over coming across. So he sees the over coming across, and he really tries to drive this thing and then pass it off to the other half-field safety because he thinks this is a post. So it distorts the back end. It's tough on a defense to have to cover this far vertically. Look at 34. He's playing a half field. He lets that post go. He sees the over coming to him. And then the flag gets over the top of him. Who knows what the hell the corner's doing. He might be able to trail because the number 2 to his side disappears in the split flow action. But that's wide open. And that's a beautiful down the field throw from Justin Fields. Big play action. Lots to love about this play. Excellent design. Little sugar huddle. Big play action. Change the launch point. Stretching the ball vertically down the field. Manipulating the back end. I mean, there's a lot of yes, please. More of that, please. Love to see it. Next one, 13 personnel. Little QB School logo. 2x2, 4 verts. This is a dime. Okay, this is a dime. Now, this is Sunday open, but I will point something out here the next time we watch it from the wide or the sideline. 13 personnel, 3 tight ends, Play fake, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Quick hitch, let it rip and get smoked. Now this is a dime. This is a beautiful throw. And I'm not sure you have to make it. What I mean by that, so first of all, easy drawing here. Everyone watching this video should know what this is. 4 verticals. So go, seam, seam, go. All you're doing versus middle field close is reading this middle field player. Take your pick. Wherever he goes, he can't be right. Now, if everyone gets depth, which I'd make the argument here, this is a tough throw. Now it's open, Sunday open, but it's tough. You know, is he there? Is it there? Either way, 50% of all go plays, whether it's 3x1, 4 verticals out of any formation, go to the check down, go to the back. And this is part of playing quarterback where you learn from film, learn from other people's plays. It's a beautiful throw. Check the seam out down here. When's he let this thing go? Pretty nice. That's a tight window. That's good coverage right in his hip with a middle field player. I'd say that the tight end is actually a little far inside for me. I'd want him to get a little bit more width towards the numbers. It's a beautiful throw. It really is. I mean, he's throwing him out. That's a dime. And the check down might be better. Now, the check down gets a little bit of help from the Mike linebacker who thinks the back is blocking, but still, not having to force some of those things. It's a fine line. That's a dime, and there are other options. Is that other option better over the course of a 10-year career? Maybe, but I love the aggressiveness right here. I love the accuracy. Just continue to be impressed. I mean, he gets smoked right here too. Hit hard. Boom. That's a dime. That's a beautiful play. There can be more than one right answer. Now, this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about quarterback run game. I get it. Justin Fields isn't playing quarterback. My opinion, he should. Okay, now, I get it that there are some guys who can run this wildcat, whatever, different teams. It's hard to find somebody who's a better athlete, in my opinion, that provides more problems for a defense than Justin Fields. He can do bash counter. Now, I get it. You might not want to do it all the time. What is bash counter? This is the bash. So the back goes away. That's a bash. And you just block over here, MDM, most dangerous man. Most dangerous man. And we are reading the C-gap player right here. We are running counter. I'll draw it up from the back end what that means. They actually don't block it correctly to the play side. All this is gap down. And we're going to get a kick from the guard. And we're going to get a wrap from the tackle. And that's it. Justin Fields can do this. And he could potentially throw. Captain Obvious. But that's what bash looks like. I mean, it's coming out clean right there. Nice job from the wide receivers blocking. But this, to me, is what a more robust quarterback run game looks like. And I get it. It works here. One off. So real quick, this isn't counter school. But if it was, we are going gap down, get all the way to the 3. Gap down, gap down, gap down. And then one of these guys needs to get all the way back to 55 on a double team, deuce, trace, however you want to say, to make it happen. The guard is going to kick out here, and then we are going to wrap to the first play side inside linebacker 93. We're reading C-gap player. There it is. Bash. So here comes the bash. And then the quarterback is going to usually 2 shuffle. 1, 2, make a decision right here. So we're fortunate that he didn't do it here, didn't pull it, and did give it to the bash, obviously with a walk-in touchdown. Thanks for that. But you can see the tight end for me needs to go all the way to 55, not 93. Now you also need a better double team from that right tackle. But you can see how it's set up. And this is a common, popular play, especially in the college football level. It's a great play. I just want to see Justin Fields do it. Next one here. This is one that watching the broadcast or the highlights, I was like, oh gosh, this was close to being a great play. Again, down the field accuracy up top, just barely misses him. Nice pass pro. The thing for me, and watching it from the All-22, 12's running wide ass open down the seam. So almost like he predetermined, like, okay, this look, I'm going to take this shot. Because you would never pass on this, that's got to be a perfect throw dropped out of a helicopter, and it almost is. But watch the seam up top. Now, who knows what that safety's doing? up top for the Steelers. He's just running to number 1 with an inside release from the number 1 receiver. I don't really understand it. But the seam is running wide open. He's got the mailbox up, what? 15 yards, not even 15 yards down the field. It's a touchdown. You could punt it to him. So, obviously would love to win the game. Obviously, nice performance in an L. And we left plays like that out there. That's a play that I'm going to trust his vision to make 9 out of 10 times. Again, like what they're doing protection-wise here. You can see the double chip. Move those guys up. I mean, just would have been a magical play right there to hit him in the seam and walk him in. Really probably changes the dynamic of the game now because there's more time. They might get a better shot at the end of the game to come back and score and finish the game on offense. This is a big 3rd and 1. Again, big 3rd and 1. Yes, I like the fact that Justin Fields is running, but it's just zone read. There is better stuff in the quarterback run game. Now, you could say, it doesn't really matter. I get it. Right here, it doesn't matter, but it should. The only way that you can totally defend this type of quarterback run game, in my opinion, is to get this guy out of the top, out of the roof. He's got to come down. There's just no way around it. But I still think that there's better ways to do it where he is the primary ball carrier. We don't always have to read someone. Let's just let him go be an athlete on the edge. And I can acknowledge that I like the fact that he's not taking unnecessary hits. He gets to the sideline. But again, the Steelers just, you can't ask the middle field player to tackle the quarterback for a 3rd and 1. I would argue it's just as bad. It's bad defensive structure as much as anything else. But we're just reading the defensive end on our right. Zone read, get it. Puts a lot of stress on a defense. Still think there are better ways to do it. Can be both. 3rd and 2. Here's the inside fade up top. Big play of the game for Justin Fields. 3rd and 2. Again, this isn't defensive school by any means. I'm not pretending to be qualified for that. But this is an interesting call. This cover 0-ish. Almost like 0 hole, 0 rat. They just don't believe you're going to take a shot like that. I just don't understand. It's just a bizarre call. It's a great throw. Would love to see him stay in bounds. Oh my goodness. Stay in bounds. But, what coverage is this? What is the point of that? I'll be honest, I don't know. Tough. Because if that guy who drops into the logo there, if he was in the middle of the field, then the guy guarding the inside fade up top would probably be outside leverage. So again, when you're in 0, you're going to have to be in inside leverage because you're nervous about the post, anything to the middle of the field because it's wide open. If this guy was a true post player, so now he's in the post player, now he can be outside leverage, and now this inside fade, it's still okay, depending on who that guy is, what the matchup is, but it's a hell of a lot harder. This is 0 without pressure, really. Just a bizarre call, but great job by Justin Fields. Again, being accurate with the ball downfield, spinning it, really impressive from all different angles, launch points, out of the pocket, inside the pocket, crucial 3rd downs, going to his left, going to his right, play action, nakeds. I mean, I don't think I'm the first to say it was an impressive performance, even in the loss. But there were some interesting defensive calls here. Again, how they get there, protect it up. Again, what is 93 doing here? Almost looks like he thinks he has the back coming out to his side. Maybe he does. Maybe 39 and 93 are in and out in the back. I don't know. But that's beautiful. That's the quarterbacking I'm here for. 3rd and 2, taking shots, being accurate down the field. This is just a massive, massive play. I'd love to see him get this moment in prime time, Monday Night Football, come out, play well. I think it's exciting to see the continued improvement week in, week out, feeling like they're going in the right direction, even if there are some, I would say, some schemes that aren't quite taking full advantage of what I consider to be his skill set. They're at least going in the right direction as far as what that looks like, as far as running the ball, trying to protect him, even with some ridiculous no calls in this game. trying to protect him, trying to use his running ability, trying to use his ability to push the ball down the field in the play action, in the nakeds. Just a lot of stuff to like. But this was fun to see him take advantage of this moment and convert and make a big plays down the field. Just felt like him coming into his own. And here's the last one, touchdown to the number 2 down here to the bottom of the screen. Again, I mean, you tell me, what is this play? All hook with smokes on the outside, one-step hitches? There is better stuff at every level of football than this. This is just the truth. It's my opinion, but stamp it, verify it. Beautiful play. He throws him open, scrambling to his left again, going from tucking the ball, flipping his hips, making an accurate throw down the field. There's just a lot to like about his game. And I know I've been a fan for a while, but it's fun to see it come on and translate into film, into big moments like this, lead his team back, give them a great shot at the end of the game to win this thing. That's a beautiful throw. So that is a wrap. Justin Fields really coming into his own. You can kind of feel the Bears trying to finally figure out exactly what he can and can't do at a really high level already. I think it's just going to get better and better. I really am. I'm excited to see how they continue to implement his ability to run and stretch the field with his legs and the big play action shots, the accuracy down the field. Pretty exciting. Let me know what you think. I appreciate the support. I will see you next time. Have a good one.